Shalom royalty, it's Ellie here. And so I wanted to start off by saying thank you guys so much. Different people who have just found the channel. I know that it's a lot going on and many of you have found the channel due to some pressing issues that we got going on right now. And that's cool. I want you guys to know as well, I recognize myself as Israel, okay? I believe that I come from the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand that while we are all gods and goddesses, we still have a 3D avatar. Okay, and there's a reason that our spirits and our souls chose these 3D avatars, which equivalates. I hate English sometimes. I took AP English and I took college courses for English and it's still ugly. I got A's, man, A's in college classes and it's still just ugly. Anyway, there's a reason that our souls chose these specific avatars. So when you understand who Israel is and you understand that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are literally the fathers and our ancestors, when you say connect to the ancestors, that's who you're talking about. Okay. And so the gods and goddesses, I don't know, before then too much when it comes to certain things, the Egyptian gods and stuff like that. I know that we were brought out of Egypt. Not to say that we're not somewhat related to Egyptians, some things could go back further than that where there was unity at one point, but otherwise we were enslaved by them. So, I don't go too deep into that. I just let the Hebrew brothers talk about history with the Israelites and stuff. Once I get more educated, I will talk about it more. But I do know I'm from the tribe of Judah. That's from the same lineage as King David, King Solomon, Jesus Christ himself. All right. So, Anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. So I am going to post receipts and pictures of the God Wars video concept. Because, it's not good what's going on right now at all. A lot of people see it as entertainment. A lot of people see it as something that's funny that's happening. It's not funny at all. Cause this isn't just some YouTubers, both young Pharaoh and Rashad, Jamal are rappers, but this isn't a rap beef. This is a spiritual beef. This is something totally different from, I gotta rep my set. You rep your set. No, we repping the same set. So what are we talking about? No, this is not, no, grandma energy is coming out. D-Lo the pilot man said it best, for real, we gotta, no, it's not okay. But I wanted to talk about what I was talking about yesterday and the day before as far as there being other people on earth while Adam and Eve were being created or before Adam and Eve were created. So this was after Cain killed his brother Abel. Because he was mad. Okay. Y'all, for real. Because the thing is, okay, let me go ahead and put this here. Because I was finna leave out of here. But I just did a live stream for my real estate community. So if you want to learn about real estate, I'm going to go ahead and start plugging myself over here too. If you want to learn about how to invest in real estate and get into the real estate investing industry, check out Bird Dog Real Estate. That's me, Queen Bird Dog Guru. What's up? Okay. I'm cool everywhere. So this is just who I am. This is me. I keep it a little bit more cordial and corporate over there because it's business people over there. But I'm going to keep it cool and groovy over here. You know what I'm saying? All right. So after Cain was mad because Abel, he gave a better offering to God. When you talk about tithing and everything in this day and time, it's about offering to God. Okay, they didn't give their money to a church. They would burn their sacrifices to the Most High himself. So that's where all that comes from. Don't think that, the church is trying to steal your money. You still pay, when you send super chats, when you donate, send PayPals and Cash Apps to these spiritual guys, that's you paying your tithes. It's the same thing. Okay, so don't let, tithing be this thing that's negative to you. It has a negative connotation now because the Christian church has made it that way. But understand that it's a beautiful thing and it's something that is done for the Most High himself. But here's the thing. This is what happened with Cain and Abel, right? I'm not going to stay on this topic too long because that's not what this is about. It's about other people being on earth. Cain and Abel gave their offerings, and God liked Abel's more than Cain's. And Cain was like, for real? And it says that his countenance fell. Let me look up and see exactly what countenance is. Okay, so according to Google, countenance is a noun, a person's face or facial expression or support. And as a verb, it means admit as acceptable or possible. And the sentence used for that is he was reluctant to countenance the use of force. So I'm assuming they mean countenance as far as his facial expression. So his vibe just went all the way down. God was like, oh, Abel, I like your sacrifice. Cain, you not so much. And Cain was like, so he just did the whole face. And so Cain was like to Abel, let me talk to you for a second. Then he killed that man. If you think I'm playing, let me read it real quick. Genesis 4 verse 8, and Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. So no, I'm not kidding. He was like, hey, let me talk to you for a second, and he killed that man. Like, that's exactly what happened. Jealousy can do some terrible things to people, like very seriously. The issue is like, okay, they don't talk about spirituality at all when it comes to certain things until you get to Enoch, if I'm not mistaken. So that is in Cain is Enoch's father. And so, yeah, but here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. It says, when after he, was scared and stuff because he got in trouble for killing his brother, it wasn't his parents. He was talking to God directly. Adam and Eve were not part of this at all. It says, behold, thou hast, in verse 14, behold, thou hast driven me out of this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken upon him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Who are they talking about? Who are they talking about? Because at this point in time, we have only learned about Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel. Those are the only people who have been created and or born. So why is Cain self-conscious about other people hating him and wanting to kill him? So that was what I was saying, in the other videos, like, who are these other people and why, in 1st and 2nd Genesis, when it comes to God creating he, them, and then he goes to say in Genesis 2, where he created Adam, and then he created Eve from his rib. Are those two separate occurrences, or is that one occurrence shared at two different times? So let me make sure I said that correctly. In Genesis 1, is he talking about one situation, and in Genesis 2, he's talking about another situation? Or is he talking about the same situation in Genesis 1 and 2, just in a different way? Because like it says here, there are other people on the earth. So did he create them in the same way, or did they come from somewhere else? What exactly happened here? And then it says, also, he took care of Cain. He was like, you did wrong, so I'm going to curse you in this way. He gave him a different curse. I'm going to curse you in this way, but at the same time, can't nobody mess with you, because if they do, they'll get cursed 7 times as much. So he's still that's the thing about God. Like, he's still cool. Like, you can mess up and you'll get your punishment, but if you ask for protection, he'll give it to you. So yeah, he's still like that. He's way nicer now. Like, if you didn't know, God's way nicer now than he was in the Old Testament. Just saying. Then it says in okay, so it says in the land of Nod. So in verse 16, it says, and Cain went out from the presence of God. Oh my gosh, I never even peeped that. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord. He went out from the presence of the Lord. and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife. He had sex with her. And she conceived and bare Enoch. And he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch. So who was in the land of Nod? Nod. Who was in the land of Nod? And how did he get a wife from there? And how did he leave the presence of the Lord? These are the questions. These are the questions. Because us church kids, no matter how hard we try, we can't leave God's presence. I don't even know what that means. Because it's like, I've never done like, super, super crazy stuff. But you hear stuff like, okay, those of you who came from, the beef with Rashad, Jamal, and young Pharaoh and stuff, he will tell you, he used to be like a diehard Christian. He went to jail, he was either in jail or prison for a few years. He got out, and now he's really doing the work of the Most High, even though he's like anti-Christian, or like a lot of Hebrews are anti-Christian too, because like the concept of the way that religion is done nowadays is not good. You're supposed to work out your own salvation, create your own religion in your own household. And so I understand that aspect of everything, but he's basically doing the work of the Lord now by taking people out of that religious construct and doing things just because somebody else told them to do it, and doing it because it's actually going to help them in their spirituality and in their life. So that's what I respect about him. I don't like how he's anti-Bible though, because the Bible holds a lot of truth in it. Well, the Bible is truth. And so when you're reading it from a perspective of, this is against my people, this is the white man's book, Jesus isn't real, that's why you get things kind of confused, because like he admitted himself, the story of Jesus is real. Jesus is real. Jesus is real. Jesus is Israel, because he is. The true Jews. It goes deep, my guy. It goes deep. There's a reason why there's a particular group of people who run the entire world and why the world is in chaos right now. If the real Jews, the true Jews were in power, we already know that things wouldn't be the way that they are. We wouldn't have to do stuff like this in this way, trying to get the message out, speaking code and all this crazy stuff if the right people were in charge. Just understand that, gods and goddesses. And so, yeah, bruh, where'd these other people come from? Because, if it is true that it was two different occurrences, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. So with it being two different occurrences in Genesis 1 and 2, then that would make sense how he created some people over here and he created Adam and Eve over here in the Garden of Eden. Because it says he specifically created Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. In Genesis 1, I don't think the Garden of Eden was created yet. And so, yeah, that was just something that was interesting to me, and I would like to know. Also, it says in Genesis 5, it's talking about Adam and his descendants, his bloodline. So it says in Genesis 5 and 1, this is the book of the generation of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God, he made he him. In the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. So the little creepy thing is just like, okay, was Adam both male and female? Because that's the way that it reads. Like, I'm not, trying to be facetious or anything, or like, nothing like that. Like, this is what it says. So when Eve was taken out of Adam's rib, it was like, was just the rib taken, or was something else taken with it? Because no one, like the Christian church doesn't talk about stuff like that. They just talk about like creation itself. They don't get into the depths of it because it's like, okay, so what happened, with this? Because you can't, it's just that. So that's what I'm saying. It's talking about that specific occurrence though. But like, okay, male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And then before that it says, in the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. So again, it's talking about two separate occurrences. It has a semicolon right here. Let me Turn the brightness down. Maybe that'll help. It says the same thing twice, the same exact way that it says it in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. So this is just like, the type of stuff that I look at, the type of stuff that I think about, and the type of things that I study. Because, and then in the next chapter, Genesis 8, that's when it talks about the giants being on the earth. They skip a whole part. Because if you read the book of Enoch, which is not in the King James Version Bible, it talks about how the angels came on the earth and mixed and mingled with the humans and had children. And that was how the giants were created. It goes straight into that in Genesis 6 without like explaining everything. Angels are the reason we have astrology. Angels are the reason we have makeup. Angels are the reason we have certain other aspects of like magic and witchcraft and stuff. They're the reason, because Adam and Eve weren't doing any of that at all. So they didn't learn about it until the angels and all of them came and taught the humans it. So it existed before humans knew about it. It was just a different type of knowledge that we were unaware of until we were taught from an extraterrestrial force. Y'all, it gets so deep. Everything gets so deep. It gets so deep. Oh my gosh. It is so interesting. I don't see why people, religion sucks because, you can't talk to normal people about stuff like this because they're like, oh, the Bible is boring. No, the Bible's not boring. Your pastor's boring. Okay? No, this stuff is interesting. Bro, you got murder. That's all y'all rap about, right? That's all y'all rap about. All y'all say is, I'm going to get my Glock and shoot him in his sock. That's all y'all be talking about. Bruh, y'all shoot that man in the ankle, then, I'm going to shoot him in his heart, then shoot him in his head. I'm going to shoot him until that man dead. Bro, that's all y'all be talking about. So you got murder. And then you got alien invasions. and then you got curses. And you got folks cheating on each other. I'm going to steal that man girl. And then, bro, that's all y'all talk about. All y'all talk about is already, y'all ain't talking about nothing new. It's just religion is boring, and so they make it seem like the Bible's boring when it's all people sing and rap about all day long. That's all it is, bruh. That's all it is. I'm so excited. I don't know why I'm so excited. I am so hyped right now. I'm gonna go make this video showing you guys what happened in the God Wars with young Pharaoh, Rashad, Jamal. The reason I called it God Wars is because this is the wrath of the gods right here. For real, we call ourselves gods and goddesses. We call ourselves kings and queens. We call ourselves emperors and empresses. We call ourselves, all these beautiful names, sovereign beings and spiritual beings and all this stuff. Some people identify with their universal or galactic identity. And it's like, I'm from the Sirius star system. I'm a 9 ether being. I'm this, I'm that. And we can't get it together in the 3D. This is the whole reason we have to get it together in the 3D realm, bro. We have to get it together. I need some food. That's probably one reason I'm so excited right now. Because every time I eat, I'm like, oh, you guys, I'm on a vegan fast right now. And so this interesting thing happened the other day where basically I ended up eating some meat, right? And then, I felt it was cool. I talked to the Most High first before I ate it. There's a reason why everything happened the way it did. Don't worry about me. And so then I ate it and I felt so heavy. I was like, this does not feel full. This feels stuffed. And I would used to have to eat a lot to get that stuffed feeling. And I was like, this is crazy. Meat really just, and it was beef. Meat really just it just makes you just sit down. And I was at the grocery store too. I was finding some snacks and stuff for me to eat because I don't really eat too many snacks. I eat full meals and fruits and vegetables. So yeah. And so while I was looking for stuff, I was like, bro, we eat so much meat. We eat so much meat and dairy. I can't find anything. You have to really, really search and look for things that are vegan, that don't contain milk and don't contain meat in it. And when I look at certain things and I look and read the ingredients, it'll be contains milk or contains this, contains that. I'm like, dang, what? We eat so much meat. We eat so much milk. We consume so much dairy. And it's I don't have an issue because my fast is almost over. I don't have an issue with people eating meat. I don't have an issue with people consuming dairy. My issue is it's so big a part of our diet that we really couldn't survive without it. And that's not good. That's not a safe place to be in. It's really not. That's making us have to produce a lot of farm animals, a lot of livestock that otherwise we wouldn't need. And it's really not safe. It's not good for your health either. It's not good to consume so much dairy, to consume so much meat. It's not good for us. And so when I get to see things from this lens, this aspect of things, it's like, it's kind of disgusting, actually. It tastes good. I'm the one I'll tell you, like, meat and dairy tastes. I love cheese. Like, cheese is one of my favorite things. But I know now I'm like, I definitely can't consume this the way that I used to. Like, I would have no problem with eating cheese every single day, possibly in every meal, and having meat in every meal. I would have no issue with doing that. And now I'm like, I'm probably going to keep meat, like, a couple times a week or something. Because we shouldn't need to eat meat every single day. You can eat enough vegetables and fruit. You can eat enough proteins. You can eat enough beans and rice. You can eat enough. You can eat enough to get full for the day. Oh, enough wheat. Okay. Enough bread. You can eat enough of that to get full for the day. You don't need meat every single day of your life. That's really not good for you. I don't know why this turned into welcome to being vegan. Like, I don't know what happened, but anyway, this video has been a lot. It's been a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm being me. If you're gonna judge me, get out. So, yeah, you guys, we are entering into a new world altogether. It is so cool. It's so exciting. I am stoked for everything that's happening and everything right now, even the God Wars, because this is something that is important. This is something that needs to happen, and this is something also that needs to be resolved. My hope from the situation would be that they could both come together, because Rashad and Jamal did an offer where it's like they put up a couple $1,000s or whatever, they do a boxing match and donate the money to the people. I think that would be cool. I don't know if young Pharaoh would do that though. He got muscles, but I don't know if he'd do that because this is like literally kind of a beef now. But if they were to come together and do something together for the people, that would be awesome. The whole reason I was even passionate about this situation in the first place was because I had just mentioned them in the same sentence like a couple of days before all this happened. I was like, we need radicals to help us with this particular project. And before I close, I will share the project with you guys. My idea to get our people back to the motherland is to build retirement homes. So we have like the nursing homes for people who really need a lot of help. We have the small homes and apartments for, people who can get around and do things for themselves, but they're still in a community with other elders. You have the regular sized homes, and you have the mansions for those who have a little bit more money. The nursing homes and like hospitals and like all of those things will be run by young goddesses. So when we have our elders, when we have our retirees over in the motherland, and they are, having a good time, whatever, and you have the youth coming and visiting and stuff, getting used to seeing the motherland and the way that it really is, and not just, orphans and poor people on TV like they show here in America, then it'll be like, okay, well, I want to be here more often. Like, I want a vacation home, or I want to move over here, or I want to spend more time with my parents. I want to spend more time over here intentionally, and different things like that. That is my plan. Get our people over there. It starts with the elders, honestly. I know we do a lot for the youth and everything, but like, how I don't see another way of getting the youth over there besides getting their parents and their grandparents over there. And if you just make it like Florida vibes, people were tired of Florida here in this country. So if you give it Florida vibes, which it already has, it's tropical, it's warm, it's nice, you put those same type of vibes over there, as far as like buildings and constructs and stuff, then it's the same exact thing. People are going to be more open to travel, and people are going to have to travel overseas. People are going to have to take a plane, unless we like have some sort of advanced boat system where people can travel by boat over to Africa. That would be a long trip, but hey, some people don't want to ride in planes. I don't know. Anyway, I mentioned those two men, those two gods, those two strong kings in our community who are more radical to kickstart something like this. Simply because like other people don't seem to do too much. They're great teachers and they are great people who have like a lot of insight on things, but as far as like getting projects done and actually doing things, I just felt like more radical people would be more, I guess, like I don't want to say available. I don't really know what word I'm using. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. They will be the ones to like really push something like this rather than somebody who's, you know, more conserved or more like religious or something like that. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. This video is actually pretty long now. And so yeah, I'm very, very excited for everything that's happening right now because it's like, woo, again. Thank you for the new subscribers. Welcome to Sovereign Empress. I also have a podcast channel. It's Real Talk with Ellie, Sovereign Empress podcast. I have gotten 3 podcast videos deleted off of there, so I will have to change the type of things I'm talking about over there. But you still have like TikTok videos that are, you know, like news type of videos or insight on different things where it's like esoteric people who I find on TikTok. I find their information very interesting, so I share their stuff on that channel. So I'll have to make more podcast videos for you guys and hopefully not get deleted. So yeah, Shalom royalty. I'll see you in the next one. Tawada. And that's Hebrew that I'm speaking. Shalom, shalom, tawada, ak, akyam, akwath, that type of stuff. All right, peace.